to Chancellor's report.
Thank you so much, Board President Gonzalez-Brito. Good evening, community. It's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. So I'll first start with our college reports from our college presidents. So I'm looking at Dr. Denise Richardson from Berkeley City College. And let me start by congratulating again the colleges on fantastic commencement ceremonies. Thank you to the incredible teams that you all had, your leadership. My heart was filled with being able to participate in such the wonders of our students. So Dr. Richardson, thank you.
Good evening, Chancellor Gilkerson, Board President Gonzalez-Brito, trustees, colleagues, students, and members of the community. Our board report included a great deal of information about our many beautiful BCC graduation celebrations and demonstrated how incredibly proud we are of all of our amazing students and graduates. However, we realized we didn't do this alone. The faculty, classified professionals, and administrators at BCC wish to, on behalf of Berkeley City College, express our appreciation for the support that we received during our many graduation festivities. Particularly at our main graduation last Wednesday morning. Chancellor Gilkerson and Trustee Gonzalez-Brito, thank you so much for your very inspiring remarks. And also to our esteemed trustees, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedules to join us for our graduation. Our graduation committee, under the direction of our VPSS, Dr. Stacy Shears, did an amazing job. And Associate Dean John Nguyen was masterful in not only coordinating the ceremony, but in his many weeks of advanced planning and meetings that kept us all on track. I also want to give a big shout out to our wonderful student services team who worked behind the scenes to make sure everything went according to plan. Our awesome PIO, Tom Rizzo, and our phenomenal Peralta marketing and communications team led by none other than Mark Johnson. You guys are the best. Thank you. Since graduation, we learned that our valedictorian, Derek Carver, who has an incredible story of triumph over adversity, check it out if you get a moment, also won the UC Regents and Chancellor Scholarship at UC Berkeley. So we are just beyond happy for him and his beautiful family. Next, I would like to recognize and express gratitude to some cherished members of the BCC community who will be moving on in their professional and personal journeys at the end of June 2024. After 22 years of positively impacting the lives of students, we are saying so long to Professor Dr. Peter DeHaan, who is retiring. Peter leaves a legacy of instructional excellence and unwavering collegiality. He will be missed. Also retiring is Vice President of Instruction, Kuni Hay, who has worked diligently over the past 6 years, including through a pandemic, leading the transition to online instruction and the development of the 2020 ISER, all to ensure the integrity of our programs and institutional planning. We're saying so long to VPS Sean Brooks, who is taking on a new role at Las Positas College. Over the last 3 years, VPS Brooks has moved us forward in critical ways. You all saw him at the groundbreaking, right? He was on fire. So we're so excited for the leadership that he has shown us in budget and facilities matters. He's brought a new level of transparency and communication to the campus, so we owe him a debt of gratitude. Lastly, Dean Lilia Selle is returning to COA after serving as the acting dean of liberal arts and social sciences. Her broad experience and expertise have been invaluable to the success of the Office of Instruction over the past several months. We wish all of our valued colleagues the best as they embark on their next chapters. This concludes my report for Berkeley City College.
Thank you, Dr. Richardson. And Dr. Lester, College of Alameda.
Thank you so much. You have our wonderful board report that really describes all of the wonderful activities that took place in early May. I don't think I can say oodles of noodles enough because it just was such a fun event and so amazing that our folks put that together. We had over 200 folks show up and really be in a celebratory status with all of us for a PETA month. Also, we, of course, have been celebrating our students in all of the different commencement activities, district-wide activities, but also some that were at the college in terms of our scholarship ceremony and other EOPS ceremonies. And so it's really just been a fantastic time at COA. At the moment, we are very excited, and I'm sure the Chancellor will mention later that there's a new leadership coming to COA. So the college is very excited and hopeful in terms of inviting President-elect Dixon. I'll say it like that. Does that seem reasonable? we're very excited about that. Also, we are excited to welcome back Lilia from BCC. She'll be returning to COA. I too want to thank our commencement team. They just did an amazing job. And it is always, for me, my two favorite days of the year, the first day of the fall term and commencement. So the bookends are really quite wonderful. And it was wonderful as an acting president to be able to play a part in the commencement and celebration of our students at the end of the semester. Happy to report that COA will once again be in the 4th of July parade in Alameda. And so we look forward to showing pictures of all of that eventually. And then at the campus, we're working really hard on what we're calling our breadcrumbs report. We want to make sure that it's very clear that COA has been active and engaged the last few months in some really wonderful work. And we want to make sure that that's passed on to leadership as they come in so they can have a smooth transition into College of Alameda. And with that, that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lester. All right, which of the two of you? No, I'm just joking. All right, next up, Dr. Rudy Besikof. I just like to mess with you, Dr. Johnson. Okay, Dr. Besikof, you're up.
All right. Good evening, Chancellor Gilkerson, Board President Gonzalez Brito, members of the governing board, colleagues in education, and of course, our valued students and community members. Would like to start off this evening by, of course, thanking the board and the Chancellor for your attendance at our graduation. It really was a great event. It was fabulous just to see all of our faculty seats filled, more graduates, in fact, 300 more awards this time than a year ago. And a lot of that started with kind of a call to action back in March that was really spearheaded by our counselors, and just a lot of appreciation to everybody at Laney, and especially those who organized this year's graduation. It was something that was great. As often happens after the board submission deadline for our reports, a couple other good stories trickle in, and I went ahead and provided you all with a hard copy this evening. Really putting the spotlight on our business department at Laney College. First, a partnership that began under then President Gilkerson with Union Bank and the college to essentially set up a real learning experience for our students in banking and finance. You know, you get the schedule of courses and you get your room assignments, and maybe you have your lecture in a certain classroom and then your lab in another. Well, these students, their lab location was US Bank. That's where they would go and do their internships that included hours of service, followed by a stipend at the end. And you'll see we have actually 4 individuals that participated, 2 of whom are transferring on to UC Berkeley and then also Cal State East Bay, respectively. San Jose State. So I want to congratulate them and also just commend the work that had been done to keep that agreement going once the Union Bank US Bank merger came through, because there was a lot of heavy lifting, particularly on the part of Dean Tariq El-Jarrari. Also, something exciting that's coming for the future. One story that really came and kind of touched all of us at Laney was the reduction in the number of small businesses in the community. And one of the things that we decided we wanted to do about it was to create a business incubator on our campus. And thanks to collaboration again with Dean El-Jarrari, as well as faculty members Kim Bridges and Kim Glosson in business and in computer information systems, we will be opening the Laney College Small Business Resource Center in the fall. We're going to take some baby steps as we go forward. We're going to have some resources about starting and maintaining a small business, as well as some speakers. And we hope to eventually move to a place where it really becomes a living lab of sorts. Finally, this evening, I'd like to close just by appreciating the board for what you're considering tonight, which is the appointment of 2 new vice presidents at my college. But in doing so, I also want to express appreciation to our 2 acting vice presidents, Dr. Marlon Hall and Dr. Detty Del Rosario, for their incredible service over the last 2 years. Certainly something that is appreciated, and we'll be celebrating them tomorrow afternoon from 2 to 4 o'clock in the bistro. Just wanting to let the community know about that. And as my final point in my report tonight, I do think back to 2018 when I started here as a vice president of instruction. And there was one just incredible colleague at the vice president level that was supportive along the way. And I just want to wish Dr. Cooney Hay all the best as she retires as well. This concludes my report.
Thank you, Dr. Besikof.
Yeah, yeah.
And last
Well
but
said.
certainly not least, Merritt College's president, Dr. David Johnson.
Thank you, and I'll be brief. So, good evening, Chancellor and President Gonzalez-Brito, Board of Trustees, colleagues, community. Just a couple of things just to say tonight. Like my colleagues, I want to thank everyone for attending the graduations, the season of celebration, or as my colleagues say, the season of smiles. Somebody say, season of smiles. Smile season. There you go. Very appreciative of having the opportunity to host the Raíces Latinx graduation May 17th. Appreciative of those who showed up and our student trustee there as well. Wanted to congratulate everyone at that, but particularly our Puntistas who graduated. Last Monday, we had our graduation at the Paramount. Over 300 graduates participated in that event. Honored to have the California Secretary of State, Dr. Shirley Weber, as a keynote address. One thing that really stood out for me, this probably will warm Trustee Quinlan's heart, the number of career CE graduates. I mean, every other name was, someone one of our career education programs. So was really heartened for that. I want to say to the commencement committee, thank you for all your hard work, but particularly call out the leader in that area, our Director of Student Activities and Campus Life, Ms. Doris Hankins. A couple other things, pleased to share that we've completed 3 hiring processes for faculty. So they will be coming to your attention soon. One is our COSA program, another one in chemistry, but the one I also want to point out is we're moving forward with our hire, presenting you our hire in nursing. I know that was something that came up, and we're really excited about what this individual will bring to the nursing program in terms of getting the nursing program back to the heights which we are used to occupying. And finally, this is going to be a little unorthodox, but I want to express my appreciation and gratitude to 2 individuals. They're affectionately known as the Kims, June and Kim. And they have spent the past 17 years with us at Merritt College, working Fresh and Natural, providing our food services. They have a special place in many of our hearts. We had a celebration with them last Thursday. One of the things I'm particularly appreciative of was them working with us for our free breakfast program during the pandemic. They were very accommodating. They made it a seamless transition, and they're just really, really amazing people. And they're going to be leaving us after 17 years. And Chancellor, we didn't get a chance before they leave. They want to meet you. They've made it a special point. They're immigrants from Korea, and they are extremely proud of you and want to meet you before they leave. But with that, I will end my report and just say congratulations to everybody on this was a really great academic year. I'm really proud of the work that we did. So I'll end it there.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. I couldn't agree with you more. It's been a great semester. So we'll go ahead and start the slides for the Chancellor's report now. So let me go ahead and begin with the first thing. So on May 23rd, last Thursday, I had the pleasure of meeting with community leaders from the Oakland Rotary No. 3 and the Lake Merritt Breakfast Club. It was early, but I want to thank Trustee Bill Withrow, who also serves as the Lake Merritt Breakfast Club treasurer, and Lake Merritt Breakfast Club co-president, Lisa Heyer, for the kind invitation to speak. Just for those of you who don't know, I do want to tell you that the Lake Merritt Breakfast Club is a civic group of active, community-focused people dedicated to fellowship and care of the Lakeside Park and its environs. Founded in 1933, the LMBC has directed projects with aim to repair, develop, and improve all facets for Lake Merritt for future generations, including the creation and support of the Children's Fairyland and the renovation of the Necklace of Lights that rings the lake. So I use my talk to highlight the many ways that the Peralta Colleges are part of the social, economic, and ecological community serving Lake Merritt. And I got to call out some of the programs of distinction. And thankfully, President Besikof was also there. And that is the Merritt College Horticulture Department and their role as Friends of the Gardens at Lake Merritt. I talked about the Bonsai Aesthetic Pruning Club, founded over 30 years ago by a Merritt student, the Laney College Wood Technology and Carpentry Departments, the Laney College Biology Department, which often uses the lake as part of their laboratory work, and the Laney College Architecture Department, who collaborated recently with the Lake Merritt Conservancy on building designs for cafes and meeting spaces around the lakes. Thanks to David Kirsten for the kind words and photos he posted on X, formerly known as Twitter. And so you can see the post there, but I really want to thank you again, Trustee Woodrow. So lovely. And he won a bottle of wine and he gifted it to me. It was very lovely of him. So it was very sweet. All right. So an update, you heard it from Dr. Lester. I've sent an announcement, but I'm pleased to say on Thursday, May 23rd, I announced the selection of Melanie Dixon to be the next College of Alameda president. She's an experienced California Community College educator and will bring experience as a CEO and deep knowledge of student services and support for the district. I want to really, again, thank the members of the College of Alameda and Peralta community for sharing your thoughts on this important hire. And particularly my gratitude goes to the Board of Trustees for your support and input, to the other finalists for their interest in the district. We had an outstanding pool of candidates, and to the search committee for putting forward really 3 outstanding candidates. I also want to thank Dr. Helen Benjamin and Dr. Cindy Miles for helping us with the consulting and the hiring and recruiting of candidates. And our own student trustee, Natasha Masson, also served on that committee. So thank you for your contributions, as well as Nate from College of Alameda. So at the next board meeting, the board will officially take up the contract for Melanie Dixon. And we're looking at a targeted start date of July 15th. So she'll be here sooner than we know. All right. Well, on May 20th, right before the Merritt graduation, was a beautiful day to be out on the golf course at the Sequoia Country Club in the Oakland Hills, raising money for students by way of the Peralta Colleges Foundation. I'm pleased to report the William Bill Riley Swing for Student Success golf tournament was indeed a success, with more participants than we've had in years. Many thanks to Dr. Riley for his continued leadership with the foundation, fundraising, and special thanks to Margie Platero, the development events manager for the foundation, for organizing the terrific event. I understand we've raised but I understand it's a little over $100,000 on the golf tournament. I haven't heard yet the full total, but that's what the word on the street is. And I also want to thank Trustee Quinlan for all of his volunteer work on the day of, and all of you came out. I know Dr. Besikof was out there golfing too, and got to see other trustees as well. So thank you for being there. On Wednesday, May 15th, our special graduation cohort ceremonies continued at Berkeley City College for our second ever district-wide lavender graduation ceremony, this year hosted by the Berkeley City College LGBTQIA+ Club. I want to recognize BCC's Club Vice President, Kay Napoli Durantes, for their heartfelt address. They said, lavender graduation or celebration is a symbol of inclusivity, a beacon of hope, and a testament to the progress we have made towards equality. As we look around this room, we see a vibrant tapestry of faces, each representing a different color, gender, sexual orientation, and background. Yet we are united in our shared journey, collective experiences, and commitment to a more inclusive and promising future. I couldn't agree more with them. It was such an honor to celebrate graduation with them. Thanks to the Board of Trustee Vice President Louis Quinlan for joining me there and showing your support. It was a fun party featuring karaoke. Several administrators joined me in singing I picked Love Shack. I don't know why, but by the B-52s to kick off the celebration. And trust me, it got way better as the students were singing because it was a tough row there for a little while. So really, but a lot of great fun. So again, thank you for everybody joining in to celebrate that. On May 16th, we had our international graduation. It was a busy day with COA President's Forums in the morning and the Office of International Education graduation ceremony, again at Berkeley City College in the early afternoon. Crosstown traffic was tough, but I made it. So congratulations to all the graduating international students. We thank you for making the Peralta Colleges part of your educational journey and wish you the best going forward. Special thanks to Thomas Torres Gill and the Office of International Education for hosting another stellar event. And I got to tell you, the student speakers, I was in tears. Right? Dr. Richardson gave remarks as well. We were both in tears. It was quite moving to see the impact, be there with their families celebrating. On May 16th, and then still May 16th, it's been I'm pretty tired, I have to tell you, but filled with joy. And then still on May 16th, it was on to Merritt College for the Raices, the district-wide Latinx graduation. There were so many memories made that evening. I want to give a shout out to student trustee, Naomi Vasquez, for her wonderful bilingual speech. I was overjoyed to learn there she will be attending UCLA in the fall. Congratulations, Naomi. And congratulations to all our graduating students. And my goodness, the music, the ceremony, just how thoughtful from start to finish the entire celebration was. Ridiculously thoughtful in every single aspect of the event. How many of us also knew that Dr. Lilia Chavez, Merritt College's Vice President of Student Services, is also a violin player in an all-women mariachi band? We say Peralta people are full of passion, purpose, and possibilities, and that is certainly true with Dr. Chavez. And thank you to the committee, Lizette Dominguez, Lizette Flores, Jorge Murillo, Alejandro Gracia, Denitza Lopez, Johanna Carasa, Isela Santana, and Doris Hankins for all of their work on putting together a really masterful celebration. Saturday, May 18th was a beautiful day at the Evergreen Missionary Church in Oakland for the 16th annual African and African American graduation. This year's theme was Stepping into Our Future, Inspired by Our Past. I want to congratulate all who participated in that lovely graduation ceremony, which featured a truly moving speech by Laney College student Damian Pope Jr. and a beautiful rendition of We Are the Champions performed by Benton Smith, also a Laney student. And we won't talk about the fact that some of us had to sing on the fly there, the national anthem, but we did okay. So congratulations to Dr. Lawrence Van Hook, president of the Peralta Association of African American Affairs, and the organizing committee, including Rose Allen, Ramona Butler, Douglas Cobb, Doris Hankins, Hope Lane, and LaShawn Brumfield. It was truly a lovely event. And next, again, you've heard, right, from all the presidents, but again, thank you to Merritt College for a really outstanding, full of excitement graduation. You could see some pictures there. And just again, congratulations to the students, Marco Lozano, ASMC president, Cassandra Dorsch, valedictorian, Asia Beckford, the salutatorian, and Karina Laird, our president's medallion winner. Thanks to the planning committee of over 35 members in the Merritt College community. And again, I add another special shout out to Doris Hankins for coordinating. Berkeley City College, what a day. Congratulations include Christian Kleechiff, ASBC president, Natasha Masson, president's medallion and chancellor's trophy recipient, Tumisi Akalani, Inspiration Award, Jennifer Fong, the salutatorian, Derek Carver, valedictorian. And again, want to just congratulate on what we found out about the Berkeley Chancellor Scholarship and even more and the Regent Scholarship for Derek. Many thanks again to that planning committee, John Wynn, Michael Avilar, Luis Sanchez, Chavez, Amy Lee, Gail Pendleton, Vanessa Phillips, Tom Rizza, Stacy Shears, Jasmine Sumdal, and Susan Trung for their work. And Friday, man, we busted out with 2 commencement ceremonies, first starting with Laney College commencement. Congratulations, Abigail McMurray, ASLC president, Sel Abaca, the valedictorian, Della Grant, your salutatorian, and thanks to the planning committee, Atia Rashada, Alejandro Acosta, Alfred Brown, Janice Brown, Marissa Magdalena Cruz, Vu Fan, Katrina Santos, Tina Tabor, and Judith Trinidad Lopez. And the College of Alameda rounded it out at the end. Congratulations to students Nate Myers, ASCOA president, Nathalie Alfaro, the president's medallion recipient, and Christy Sangpolist, the valedictorian. I want to just thank that commencement committee as well. Dean Natalie Rodriguez, Director Kwana Rollins, Carla Pegasus, Michelle Chen, Angela Kimball, Nikki Chow, Rachel Goodwin, Chantel, Nathaniel, Juliana Garcia Uribe, and Dr. William Ramos Ochoa. Links are live, my friends, to the YouTube videos, because you got to thank our amazing marketing team for the YouTube videos, Smug Hub photo galleries, and all the graduation ceremonies there. You can rewatch them all, are available on the Peralta District website graduation page at www.peralta.edu/graduation. And that concludes my report for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. All right. With that, we're going to move to the consent calendar.